Hello out there to my crown ones. This is Rebecca, aka CrownedReRe, reminding you to subscribe your email to crownones.com, follow crownones_com on Instagram, and also like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. All support is welcome and a big help. I am a one-woman show. And last but not least, stop at crownonesmerch.com to purchase She is Crowned Tea or He is a Culture Tea. You can check out all the links below for the Instagram page, the website, and also to purchase your shirt. Again, thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for pressing play. And of course, I hope you enjoyed this wonderful crown conversation. Hi, my name is Rebecca, aka CrownedReRe. This is a Crown Talk podcast. Thank you so much for pressing play. I appreciate it. And I have a wonderful guest here. Can you introduce yourself to the crown ones out there?
Yes, of course. My name is Ursula Perl, and I'm now living in Austria, in Europe, and in the beautiful city, Vienna. And I'm an international bestselling author of my first book, Livetheupway, 7 Ways to Live the Happy Life You Deserve. And I'm also a certified law of attraction practitioner and a certified meditation and mindfulness coach.
Wonderful. Congratulations to you for being an international bestseller. Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
How does that feel?
It was last month. It was 16th of February. And yes, it was a really my biggest wish come true.
Oh, awesome. How is it in Australia? I've never been.
You've never been in Austria?
No.
In Europe?
No. Well, I was born in Germany, but it was like when I was younger. I was there for like a couple of years because my mom and dad was like in the military. But besides that,
okay, great. Yeah, Austria is next to Germany.
Oh, right. Geography.
We are German speakers.
Yeah, my mom said growing up I would speak German because like the lady that watched me was German. So I was like around the language. But when I moved out of Germany to the States, everything like just disappeared. So
I understand.
I was like, I couldn't even keep the accent. She was like, no, you cannot. Anybody that has an accent, I love it. Like, Mom.
It's obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So what inspired you to write The Upway?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. I attended a live seminar with Bob Proctor in my hometown here in Vienna. And he asked the most important questions for me. And he asked, what do you really love? And what do you really love to do? And this made me very, very thoughtful because at the time I was searching for the real purpose in my life, and I totally neglected my personal development because I've worked since 1998 in the corporate world, and I realized that I always worked for them, for the company, but I never worked on me. So I learned a lot about personal development, and during that journey I found the way to writing, meditation, and the law of attraction, and this changed my life completely. And I've ever been a bookworm, and I thought about a way to inspire people with my story, with my life-changing story. And long story short, I wrote my first book, Live the Upway. It's my story. Up are my initials, UP.
I didn't even notice that. Wow.
Yeah. Live the Upway, Live the Ursula Perl way. Yeah, they are my initials, and it demonstrates the way up, how I see my life, always upwards. And I'm totally convinced that everybody has a story to tell, and this is my story, my upway.
I love that. Yeah, I think sometimes when we are sitting in our silence or someone asks us that simple question of like, what makes you happy? Like me personally, like my mind like goes blank and it's like, what does make me happy? Or even if someone asks me, like, what do you want to do with your future? I'm like, oh my God, like 10,000 thoughts will come in my mind. I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you were able to take one thought and just go with it as far as you writing your book when that question came to you?
Yeah. I was really always stressed and overwhelmed, and what can make me happy. And so I found a way with 7 steps, and these are the 7 ways to live the happy life I deserve and everybody deserves. And yeah, this is my story, and I found my happiness and my calmness and my serenity. Yeah.
Love it. So what inspired you to, let's break down the meditation, because I am trying to get to the point where I am accepting that I need to do meditation, because to me, like, loud noises help me work, but I'm realizing sometimes it clouds my mind and my judgment of things. So what made you, what drew you to meditation?
Yeah. As you've already mentioned, in today's world, everything happens so fast and so hectic, and we let ourselves be guided far too often by external factors and habits. And most people are not even aware that they are living a life that was forced upon them in childhood, and many are also not aware that their thoughts make them unhappy, as they are deep in their unconscious mind, and it's deep in their in their subconscious. And due to stressful work and negative environment and bad habits or an unstructured life, many people are unhappy. And just as I was the same. I'm a ordinary human. So, and I totally understand. And I was unhappy with that kind of life I've had. And I want to show my readers in my book a simple way, simple, but not easy.
Right.
That's always the same. It's a simple way, but it's not an easy way to live a happier and more fulfilling life. And in these 7 chapters, and there's one chapter is the meditation chapter. It's a small change. I always said 3 to 5 minutes per day is in the morning, and then in the evening before you go to sleep is totally enough. In the morning you can concentrate better after 5 minutes meditation, and the sleep is so much better after the evening meditation. And I see that I can combat stress better. I can concentrate better. I'm calmer. When problems are coming, everybody has problems or issues in his life. So you can deal with it. You can deal better. You in a calm mood.
I think, because like I think of meditation, everyone is saying like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it's like you said, it can be 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5, and when you don't want to sit or lay down, you can do it when you go outside, when you are hiking, or when you're taking a bath, or when you are in the shower. The most important thing is always be non-analytical. Let it be, let it go. When thoughts are coming, embrace them and let it go. And but you can do it everywhere. You don't have to sit down for hours or for minutes. You can be everywhere.
I like that. I have tried to dedicate my Sundays to like bath and like just soaking in the tub and not touching any electronics and just letting it be. And sometimes I find it hard. Because it's like, I want to grab something. I want something in my hand. I want to like text somebody, or, like I'm in the tub soaking and just like, I want my hands to like do something. And it's like a weird, I never noticed it until like I said, okay, this is what I'm not going to do. And now it's like, oh my God, I need to like get out the tub. And I'm like, I'm only been soaking for like 10 minutes, but it's like, I have to like get something to do. Cause I'm like, I'm not doing anything for at least about a good 10 or 20 minutes. So yeah.
Perfect. You can do it really everywhere. About a lot of men are doing it when they are fishing. it's perfect. Or when some women do these active meditation, when they do yoga, so they can control their breath, and it's physically a good exercise, a good workout, and with the breathing and the mind, it's a work in. So it's a perfect combination with yoga.
Yeah, I tried yoga by YouTube, but I kept looking at YouTube like, do I move now? Like when I was like, okay, because like you sit like in a pose for like 30, 60 seconds, but I was like, okay, is it time yet? Am I moving yet? So I'm gonna try again.
Yes, do it. It really helps, and it was for me a horrible exercise the first 10 times. I think it was, oh my God, everything. I couldn't reach my toes. I was stiff in my hips. And it was really horrible at the beginning. But when you're used to it, it's really a perfect active meditation. Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I did, I felt like a child, like crawling around the floor. I was just like, I was like, ah. But then I woke up next day, like my body was sore. I was like, I did something right or something wrong. I don't know.
No, the important thing is really have fun with it. And if you don't reach your toes, and if you're not so flexible at the first time, it doesn't matter. Nobody sees you at home.
Right. Yeah. Except for me, but yeah. So can you explain to me what is a mindful trainer? The mindfulness trainer, the title of it, like I love, because I believe in self-awareness, and it does start with your mind. But what is a mindfulness trainer?
Yeah, when some people are struggling with the execution, and they ask themselves, am I doing it right? Or the mind wouldn't shut off, or maybe somebody just knows the need to do something to reduce the stress and live with less overwhelm and more presence, but they don't know how. And there's where a meditation and mindfulness coach come in. I as a meditation and mindfulness coach can give guidance with the breathing, with detailed instructions. And when you follow my words and my instructions in the guided meditations, your mind cannot drift off so easily. So, and this is a guide. It's like a guidance in your meditation that you can follow. And the first time when I started with meditation, I was sitting at home on the floor, and all the thoughts are coming off. The bills are paying, the daughter and the child care and everything, the work. And this guided meditation coach leads you. And so your thoughts cannot drift off so easily. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I think a lot of us, especially during our pandemic here, and I'm sure there, thoughts constantly are like running through our minds, and we try to, like, I always tell I'd be like, oh my God, I want to like just like shut up, like in my mind. And it's like, it's going to keep going. And I remember some nights like I couldn't sleep. I'm like, oh my God, like I just want to like go to sleep, like, and like you said, and then have like someone say, hey, let me tell your thoughts to hush and do that meditation. So that's very important. Yeah.
And there's a wonderful, wonderful definition for meditation and mindfulness. It's a conscious attempt to focus attention in a non-analytical way. And this is it. Really, you should attempt and you do it in a non-analytical way. Really be there. Don't ignore your thoughts. Embrace them. Say, okay, hi, you are here, but not now. Let it go and focus. Still focus. It's always a refocusing to the present. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, why do you think it's hard for us to let the thoughts go? Do you like, it's just like a battle with ourselves, or?
I think it's getting every year. It's getting worse because we are living in this online world. We have these informations, all this thousands of informations the whole day, and we cannot deal. We have a work, we have friends, we have problems, issues, we have the pandemic now, for example. We have so many things in our head, and we cannot control all these thousand thoughts, and this is so difficult to focus in the present and don't think of the past or the future. This present moment is so how do you say, it's so special, it's so worth it to concentrate on the present and not on the past or to the future.
Right. Yes, I need to practice that because I'm always thinking ahead. No, I'm sorry. I think in the past, but when I think ahead, it scares like the heck out of me because it's the unknown. And it's like, I know it's the unknown, but for that reason, that's why I'm questioning it, because I don't know. Yeah.
And we always think, what did I do wrong, or could I do it better? Or no, this is the problem we have. We always think so much about what we can do better, or like what did I wrong? Being here, being present. Say I'm here. I can breathe. I can eat. I have a wonderful family. This is not so important. We always think the past or the future is more important.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, because if someone asks me like about my goals, like I freak out. I'm like, oh my God, my goals, like I have goals, like I don't even know if they are.
Everybody has goals, and how to reach them, and faster the better.
Yeah, and I think with social media now, it's like that can be draining too and exhausting. And I'm learning how to, because I put out, my podcast, and I love being on social media, but I'm learning that I have to balance it and say, if I just post my podcast today and close my phone, it's okay. If I'm not aware of everything that's going on social media, it is okay. Like I am, like you said, in the present, and I'm here, and these are my tangible things.
Yeah, absolutely. You are so right.
Yeah, it's hard because our phone is like right there.
We have to take this time and say, okay, this hour or these 2 hours are only for me, and not for social media, not for the kids, and not for the spouse, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I always say I'm not, God hasn't made me responsible to have kids or a husband yet, but like I have a dog, and sometimes I just like stare at him and be like, what are you thinking?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've noticed I had 2 dogs, and one passed away last year, but I have my little one. And I'm noticing that every time he walks out the room, I'm like, why do you walk out the room? Like, where is he going? Like we notice like the smallest things now since we're home all the time. So yeah, I'm like, why are you walking out the room? What are you doing? Why are you leaving me?
Cute.
So how long have you been a mindfulness trainer?
Since last year, I started with 2019 by myself, and then I want to become a meditation teacher to know more about the breathing techniques and different meditation areas. And since last year, I'm a coach.
Wonderful. And you had to go through like a training for that as well?
Sorry?
Oh, did you have to go through like a training for that as well?
Yes, go into a training, and then I became a certified meditation and mindfulness coach.
Wonderful. I like to put that out there because, some people are like, well, I can do this. And it's like, no, you have to go through a training.
Yeah. And it was very important.
Yeah, I think sometimes like YouTube make us think that we can do stuff like in 30 minutes, and that's not the case. So let's from there. Well, I think I kind of already asked this question, but I'll just ask again to just get the gist of it. Why is life balance important? I think that we are still learning how to do that. To me, I think it's like a continual thing to learn as life keeps giving you things. So how important is that?
Life balance is very important, and it means that your life will find its own equilibrium. A few stresses, no matter how big or how small,
right,
will not throw you off track. You will be able to manage them and to juggle them. It is important because the scales can be weighted as needed. If you're more stressed, more calm, it always should be, the scales can be weighted. And this is for the life and balance very, very important, because we are not only calm and And in the state of serenity, we have our work, we have our issues with daily problems, and maybe with the dogs or the kids or the job. And and this is to find the balance is the most important thing in our life, to handle everything.
I like that. Yeah, when you said that, I was just thinking about how, because I started working at home, I guess it's been a year, and that was one of the things I had to balance, was saying, okay, when I clock out, I'm still home, but I need to try to separate me being home at work and just me being home enjoying my life. And that was like a really big thing I had to balance, because I never wanted to work at home, because I feel like when I was going into work and clocking in, it was like a way for me to separate my home from my work. So when it was like the time for us to go home, I called my mom and I was like, they're making us work from home and I'm thankful for that, but I don't know. And I was like really freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And just again, being thankful I have a job, but it was just like, I had to figure out how to separate the two, because like I'm home for 9 hours working, and then it's like I'm an introvert, so I'm home anyway. And it was like, I gotta get out of here.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Absolutely. And it's a challenge when you work from home, to bring this imbalance. Work inside your home.
Yeah.
It's your secure room. It's your secure place. Yeah. And you have to bring the work with you. It's a real challenging, but work is work, and best you have an extra room for your work. And this is the job. And when you go outside, it's my private space.
Yeah, I'm currently working in my kitchen, but I kind of like reap the benefits of it, because like if I'm hungry, it's right there. I was like, well, I can, get up and get like a drink or cook breakfast or so. Yeah.
That's important.
Right. I was like, the balance.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree.
Yes. So why is I push for self-care a lot. That's what my podcast is about. And I realized what self-care was when I ended my 10-year relationship. And I realized that I had to take care of myself, because there was like no one here to take care of me. And it was a really scary moment for me. But to ask you, why is self-care important to you, and for you to write your book about that, involving it in meditation?
I think that self-care plays a significant role in keeping oneself physically and emotionally healthy. It increases a person's self-worth and allows them to feel more resilient when stressful situations occur. We all experience times where we need to take a step back and focus on ourselves. And everybody think that self-care is selfish, but self-care isn't selfish. You must fill your own cup before you can pour into others, I always say. Just take care of yourself and you can take care of others. Any activity that makes you feel more relaxed, such as taking a warm bath, as we mentioned, or listening to music, or practicing yoga or meditation, can help to reduce symptoms of stress and anxiety, and to lift your mood. And so be selfish. When you say self-care is selfish, yes, be selfish, but I think it's not selfish. Really, it's the same with self-love. You only can, when you love yourself, you can love others.
I had to learn that journey too, about self-love. And I tell people, I'm like, I'm in a relationship with myself, and some days I love myself to death. Some other days I just be like, oh my God, what are we doing today?
Yeah, but it's so important to love yourself. Yeah, with all your problems, or name it, with all your negative things you think you have. But I think it's very important to say, you're beautiful as you are. And when you stand up after 2 hours sleep, it's okay. And I'm happy with me. And when you're happy with yourself, you can be happy and joyful with the external environment, with other people.
Right, very important. Yeah, and I heard you when you said that self-care sometimes can be selfish. I'm learning how to do self-care without it being like a selfish act. I think sometimes people don't realize that. Like this Saturday, I went like to the zoo, which I love looking at animals, but like my mom and my sister was there. So it was like my self-care for me, but I was experiencing with other people. And I think sometimes like people think if you do self-care, you're by yourself. And like you said, that's not really like the case of it. It's just enjoying something for yourself. And maybe you can like invite people to enjoy it with you.
So true. So true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also people be like, I'm doing self-care today. I'm not talking to anybody. And it's like, it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a choice.
Yes, you have a choice, but it's important to be sometimes, when you take care of yourself, to be selfish and say, no, stop and leave me alone, and I want to be on my own, and then you have the energy, and then you can serve.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my sister was like, so are we going out next month? And I was like, one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
I love that.
Yeah, I am an introvert. I think I went out like 3 times safely. I went out 3 times this month, and I'm like, okay, I'm done for the month of March. We'll see what happens in April. Have to rejuvenate and get back to me, but yeah. I was like, I'm socially exhausted. That's my thing now. But yeah, I think, like you said, you can have your self-care moment to yourself. And then once you get your energy back up, you can share your self-care experience with other people. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, right.
So why is self-awareness, which is one of my words for 2021, why is that important? And wouldn't self-awareness also involve meditation as well?
Yeah, self-awareness is wonderful. This is your word for 2021. I love that.
Yes, it is.
I think practicing self-awareness can help you to recognize patterns in your emotions, including events or situations that can trigger worsened symptoms. There are, and I think first of all, you have to understand how stress affects you. Stress affects your entire body, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And some physical signs, we all know, that are headaches or low energy, tense muscles. I have always tense muscle when I'm stressed, insomnia, and so on. And begin by identifying how stress feels to you.
Right.
Then identify what events or situations cause you to feel that way. And once you know which situations cause you stress, you'll be prepared to avoid it and to cope with it when it happens. This was the physical advice.
Yeah.
To really understand what affects you. But what can you do for the mental well-being? First of all, practice your good mental habits, like avoiding guilt. Try not to feel bad about experience negative emotions. Embrace them and let it go. When you allow yourself to notice your feelings without judging them as good or bad, you dial down the stress and feel more in control. When you feel less stressed, you're better be able to thoughtfully choose how to act.
Right.
And another good practice for mental well-being is to notice the positive and the great. Be grateful for little things like breathing the air, for your home, for your apartment, for your family, or for the food on the table every single day, and writing these things down. I'm grateful for this or that, and writing things down amplifies that even more.
Yes, I love that. When you said physical, sometimes I don't think about the physical of my self-awareness, so I really need to tap into that. I was thinking about like the mental of like how I feel, but I never think about like my outer body of how it feels. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. As soon as I know like when my breathing pattern has changed, like I know that I'm feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, like
and
you said,
fast, so
yeah,
you know,
like,
you
yeah.
I need
And that happens to me a lot because I'm learning that in just being an adult and growing up is that I thought that I was multitasking a lot, but what I was doing was like switching from one task to another and not completing anything. And so I would get so overwhelmed at the end of the night because I'm like, oh my gosh, Sheree, like you didn't do anything today. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? You didn't complete this. And then, like you said, you'd be like in the bed and just like, oh my God, like I just want to go to sleep. And it's like, why didn't I do these things? And I told my friend, I was like, since daylight savings over here, I had woken up like every morning, like at 3:00 and was like, okay, anxiety, what are we thinking about today? And like you said, just thinking to myself, physically, how does that make me feel? That way I'm aware of it before it even gets to my thoughts of things.
Wow, yeah. I always thought I've been a multitasking mom and I can do everything alone, or I'm a single mom and I can do my kid, take care of my kid, I can do the work, I can do the housework. And no, you cannot do everything. It's not possible. And this is what we should realize. We are not the multitasking. Yes, we can do it, but not for a long time. And then it's the big breakdown, the big burnout. And this is not what we want to come.
Yeah, my goal when I'm podcasting is to talk about multitasking, because I believe that as women, multitasking was like if you didn't multitask growing up, and I know we have it was like you didn't have like a superpower. It's like you had to multitask. Like you have to do 8 things in one day. It's like if you can't, then like it's a problem. And I'm telling people half the time that we think we're multitasking, we're just switching from one thing to another, and we're not completing anything.
I agree.
Yeah, if you spent like the whole hour, and I'm talking to myself as well, if you spent like the whole hour on one thing, it'll actually get completed.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to you can increase your self-awareness to gather strengths from others, from coaches, from mentors, or from positive-minded people around you. Mm-hmm. They can help you to stay on track. I think it's so important to stay on track. You can say, I change my self-awareness, I change my habits, I change my mind, I change everything. But there are situations in life and we have setbacks, and it's so important that you have a coach or a mentor, anybody, positive-minded people around you that say, come on, let's go, and you can do it, and stay on track. And the coaches helps you, or the positive people help you not to get off the path.
Right. Yeah, I think that's true. I think with the pandemic last year, a lot of people felt like they were alone. And I think that unity did come together, looking for mentors, looking for people to just keep you on that track. And I don't think it's like someone like yelling at you and telling you, this is what you need to do. It's more of saying, what can I help you with? And leaving it at that. Yeah, that's very important. Yeah,
absolutely. The help from others. And we are afraid to ask. We shouldn't be afraid to ask other people for help. And I think it's important. We are one of them. All humans, and we all can ask for help and help each other.
I was reading a book, and the girl was saying that she was talking to her counselor, and she kept saying like the reason why she shouldn't ask for help, and the counselor was like, "Don't you deserve to be helped?" And I was like, that makes sense. Like we don't think that we're deserving to be helped, and it's like you are.
Oh yes, we are.
Yeah.
We all deserve to be happy and joyful and have a good life. It's the only life we have.
Yeah.
And we often forget it. So a lot of people are living in the past or in the future and say, when I have this, and when that happens, and if I have had a lottery win, then I will do this and I will do that. No, do it now. Living in the present and be self-aware.
It's like you're talking to me, so I get it. Yeah, I was thinking about that because I bought my home like 4 years ago, and I was fussing at myself because I haven't changed much about it. But then I had to live in the moment of saying, you have a house, and leaving it at that, and just saying, you have a house, like accept that, and you're going to be here for a while. So it's okay if you don't change or remodel the whole home in your 4 years of being here. So yeah, living in the present.
Oh yes. So
we forget that so fast about like what's presently going on with us, like you said, because always think about like the future or we think about the past, and it's like, no, you're here, you're breathing, like you said, and just remembering those gratitude things. I love that.
Oh yeah, and it's so overwhelming to think about the future, and you get exhausted in this really hard times we are going all through now.
Yeah, like I could see myself like doing stuff and I just get exhausted from thinking about it. And I'm like, I'm going to bed. And then you wake up at 3 a.m. It's like, why didn't you do that? And it's like, in my mind, I did it and I was tired.
Oh, yeah, we all are.
I love it. I love that your book is the UP way, and it's actually your name. Like I love that. I'm looking.
Yeah,
I love the documents of that. So
you can use it as upwards. It's also the way upwards.
Yeah.
It's the same, my initials and the way upwards.
I love it. So I always ask my guests this question. Can you share with us like a crown moment? And a crown moment is like when your heart and your crown aligns and you either learn a lesson in life or you have like a blessing in life, as far as like your aha moment.
My aha moment was, as I mentioned, I am also a law of attraction coach. And last year, when I start writing my book and all my life, all the chapters, and I've had papers everywhere in my home where I said I'm an international bestselling author in 2021 and everywhere. Wow. And I really attracted it. And the other one was I was still working in the corporate world in January this year. For more than 2 decades. It was exactly 22 years. And I always said, I want to be a coach and I want to be on my own and I want to be, I can't leave the company because there's so much money and everything was in my head. And in January, they fired me. And I said, oh my God, I was sad. I was angry. I don't know, every feelings. And I said, oh my God, I attracted it. I wanted. This was my desire. What happens? Yes. And this was a habit. It was a 22-year habit for me to go to work, to have this earnings every month. And I said, what are you thinking? You are teaching this stuff.
Yeah.
why are you acting like that? Yeah, it's a habit. And we always you can read a book and say, okay, I read it and it's done. But you must live the book and the stuff you're reading. And this was for me so life-changing. I really attracted that I've become a bestseller. I became a bestseller in February and I got fired. And this was really this aha moment. Yes, what do you want? You attracted it. You want to be a coach, you want to be an author, you want to be a best-selling author.
Yeah.
So well, here it is. Here is the bill. Here is the check. So, okay, this is what I'm attracted. And I said, wow, yes, it really works. When you write it down, when you have it in your mind, when you have your affirmations, I become a best-selling author, I am a coach, and I am this or that. When you really, repetition is the key. When you really, and I did it more than a half year, I said it every day, and now it happens, and you attract everything what you want. And this was the aha moment for me.
I love it. That's your crown moment. Yeah. Can you explain, just to some people who don't know, what is like the law of attraction as far as like the coaching or the training of it? Because I know that it's just having, like you said, that applying it and saying, this is what I'm going to do. But what is it exactly?
It is that all your desire, when you have a desire in your life and you really, really want it, and you be aligned with this desire every day, and you are living it and feeling it and visualizing it, you can have, when you dream, when you can dream it, you can have it, or you can do it. It's like the quote from Bob Proctor. So when you're really feeling it and living it, and you are passionate about, you can attract everything in life what you want. You really want to. You have to have this desire. You really must have this desire and feel it, and don't say, I want $2 million.
Yeah.
But then you said, oh my God, I must pay for the friends and my family and this and that. When you have the issues in your mind, you've never earned $2 million because you have problem with money, because you are concerned about, what should I do? I must give this and I must give that people. And this is what you don't have to do. You really must be aligned with your goals and your dreams and your desires.
I love that. I didn't think about that when people like have those, because when everyone's like, oh, when I win the lottery, I'm going to pay 10,000 people that I don't even know. But well, like you said, it may not like the lottery, but like you said, like if you work hard, but you're having financial problems, you probably could have made like $10,000 and didn't even realize it, because this starts from, what are you doing with your finances?
Yeah. And when you say you have financial problems, you will always have financial problems. When you say, I have a fulfilled life and I'm abundant, then you will be abundant because you are feeling it now, and then you attract everything. Everything goes right and perfectly for you. And when you say, I can't afford it, you must say, how can I afford it? This is the difference. When you say, I can't afford it, you never will afford what you want. So it's always the power of words, and the power of words will be manifested in your mind. Yeah. And this is the law of attraction. You must change your mind, your subconscious mind. We all, our parents said, go to work and then you are secure, and then you can pay for the bills. And we have this subconscious mind. We always have to work and this and that and thing. No, I think when we are passionate about what we are doing, we can attract everything we want to have a happy and fulfilled life, and I'm sure an abundant life.
Yeah, when you said that, think about like all those people who are like in student loan debt, and it's because they were told like this is what you have to do. But a lot of times when you're in school, you're like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And really go for your dreams. I always say go for a dream. I told it, and I'm telling that my daughter because she said, I want to work in a company in the future. And I said, why? Because you are earning so good money. And said, no, please go for your passion. Yeah. You don't know what to do in the company when you're an assistant or a secretary or whatever. Right. Go for your dream. She's very into sports. And I said, go for your sports, go for your dream. Yeah. When you're passionate about, you can earn everywhere money when you really love what you do.
Yeah. I've been at my job in the same position for like 5 or 6 years, but people always tell me like, go apply for this and apply for that. But it's like, this is what I love to do right here. So I work on this more because I know that this is what I love, podcasting and creating content. Me going to work and knowing like my 9 to 5, like I know what to do and I'm aware of it. So it gives me like less anxiety instead of me trying to like build this and like try like a new position and a new training. And it's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm balancing everything out, like you said. And I work more on my podcasting and talking to people, having conversations, because that is what my heart truly desires. That what makes me happy. So yeah, I get it.
This is wonderful. Yeah, this is the absolute right way. Absolutely.
Yeah. People be like, you're not applying to that. And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. Because like everybody thinks like you're supposed to like move up in the corporate world. But when I try to explain to people that, it's like, if you love doing something on the side and you can make it more genuine to you and work on your craft and work a 9 to 5, wonderful. Like you said, you got fired, but then when you actually got into your crown moment, it's like, oh wait, this is what I asked for. So it looks different when it comes to you, but like you said, this is what you attracted. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, this was my best aha moment in my life, I think, because I was used to go to the work 9 to 5 for 22 years. And I said, oh, no, it is my life and I'm good at it. And I wasn't unhappy, but it wasn't my passion. This was the difference. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy I can do both because I need my money to pay my bills. I get anxious. So where can my readers follow you, find your book? How can they connect with you?
They can find my book on Amazon. It's worldwide in 15 countries. It's called Live the Upway, 7 Ways to Live the Happy Life You Deserve. And I have a YouTube channel. You can find some meditations on it. Maybe you can give it a try.
I will.
Yeah, it's on YouTube on Ursula Perl, my name. Also Facebook, LinkedIn, everything. It's Ursula Perl on Twitter. Yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you again. Do you mind staying on the line while I wrap up?
Yeah, and I forgot one thing. Sure. My website is ursulaperl.com.
Yay, I have all the links to your information on my website. Was there anything else you wanted to share with the Crown ones out there?
I'm sorry, it was a little bit frozen.
Was there anything else you wanted to share with the Crown ones out there?
Yes, I have a meditation program. It's on ursulaperl.com/programs. And I've had 28 guided meditations there. Wow. And a 4-week program. It's really, really nice. You have different areas of meditation, like meditation with affirmation, mental well-being meditation, physical well-being meditation, and personal growth meditation. It's a 4-week program. It's really, really amazing. And I think you will like it.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to start with your YouTube and go from there. My friend asked me if I meditate, and I was like, I listen to reggae music and I don't hear anything else. So, and she was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, like when I listen, and I tell this all the time, when I listen to like reggae music, I don't know why, but like my thoughts are like gone. Like I don't hear anything but like the music. And so that's my meditation. But I know like I have to have a moment of silence per se and just try to clear everything out.
Perfectly.
I'm like, is that Bob Marley playing? Like I get all excited. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I forget everything for like a good 5 minutes. And then it's like, okay, back to reality.
This is great.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to definitely check out your YouTube and have all your links for my listeners to follow. Thank you so much for just all the Crown moments and all the jewels that you've given me and to my Crown was out there. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure for me, really.
You're welcome. Thank you. So thank you all out there to all of my Crown ones. Thank you for pressing play. Please do not forget that you are crowned. And don't forget your crown. Hello out there to my Crown ones. This is Rebecca, aka CrownedReRe, reminding you to subscribe your email to crownones.com. Follow CrownOnes_COM on Instagram, and also like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. All support is welcome and a big help. I am a one-woman show. And last but not least, stop at CrownOnesMerch.com to purchase She is Crowned Tea or He is a Culture Tea. You can check out all the links below for the Instagram page, the website, and also to purchase your shirt. Again, thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for pressing play. And of course, I hope you enjoyed this wonderful Crown conversation.
Re